Hey guys, welcome. It's Valerie in here. Now you just saw me take my scissors to these pillows, and if you saw the last video, you will know why I did. Because I am making a slipcover for my humongous sectional, and these 3 cushions are a part of the set, right? And I am going to be covering them. However, because they had the brush fringe on them, I had to cut the fringe off. And the reason is I want to use these pillows. I don't want to buy new insert, right? Budget makeover, that's what we call it, right? And so what I have done in cutting the brush fringe off is I have made it into an insert of sorts, right? Because I actually tried opening one of these because I was thinking that, oh, it has an insert inside, but no, it doesn't. It does not have an insert. What it does have inside is chip foam. Chip foam is inside, but there is nothing that's holding the foam together. It's just inside of this cover here. And so now I have made them into an insert, and I am going to go ahead and cover them. I have already cut the pieces that I need to cover them to make the pillow cover. And yeah, I'm going to be applying trim to the pillow cover, and in a minute you will see and hear why I am applying the trim. Basically, I am making an envelope pillow, right? Because I don't want to have to use so many zippers while doing the slip cover. So I am making this budget friendly. And as I said in that video, I am working with all the materials I have around me. I am on a budget makeover, and so I am using what's available to me, right? I have cut the pillow covers, as I said before, and so what I'm gonna do is just show you on my whiteboard what I did in order to figure out how big to cut the pieces of fabric. So I am making covers for inserts that are 17 inches by 17 inches. Let's look at the front panel to see how big I have cut the panel. All I'm doing is adding 1 inch to the width and 1 inch to the length for stitching, for the seams, right? And therefore, our front panel is 18 inches by 18 inches, right? Straight up, just a panel that's 18 by 18, right? If you're using a 16 by 16 and you add an inch, then it would be 17 by 17. So it depends on the size of your insert. For the back, I had to cut a piece of fabric that is 18 inches wide, so the width does not change. The length, however, changes, right? Now let's start with the 18 inches here. This 18 inches already has seam allowance. So we do not need to add seam allowance for the length. What we need to add, however, are increments for double hem, right? I'm doing a 2-inch double hem, and we'll have to add 2 inches for the one piece of fabric, because remember, when you're doing envelope pillow, you'll have to cut it, right? If you're using if you're not using one straight piece of fabric, right? And so what I did was add 2 inches for the top piece and 2 inches for the bottom piece, right? And let me just show you here. I like visuals, right? Okay, so this is straight up the front panel, and then this is for the back. So there's a piece for the top and there's a piece for the bottom. So we will need to have double hem for the one piece and double hem for the next piece. And that is where they are going to overlap, right? And so that's 2 times 2, that's 4. So we'll have to add 4 inches to the 18 inches, that's 22 inches. Then we need to add the overlap. I added 4 inches, right? So 4 inches overlap, that's 26 inches. So our back panel will be 26 inches long by 18 inches wide, or reverse. 18 inches wide by 26 inches long. If you wanted to make your overlap 2 inches or 3 inches, you could. I am comfortable with 4 inches because I don't want my inserts at any time to be poking out, right? And so, yeah, that is what I did to figure out how much fabric I will need to cut, what the panels should be for the covers. Now, let's get stitching. That's what we need to do now. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the 2 pieces for the back, and I am going to do a double hem on the one piece and a double hem on the other piece. And that is what we'll have to do for all 3 cushions. So I'll just go ahead and do all the double hems before we go to the next step. So your 1 inch double hem, I measure off 1 inch and then I fold again. That's your double hem. So I have already gone ahead and stitched 2 of the pillow covers. Now we are going to stitch the 3rd one together. But before we put the cover together, I want to go ahead and apply the trim. Now the trim is going to be applied on the short side of the back of the pillow. Well, we'll see if it's the back or the front. Let's determine that after we're done. But anyways, in order for, I'm using an eyelash trim, right? Now, in order for the trim to be oriented the correct way, when I put the trim on, I have to put it on this way, right? Because I want it to be hanging down. So I'll go ahead and put the trim on. Generally, when I'm putting envelope pillows together, what I do is put all the pieces together on top of each other, and then I go ahead and stitch around the perimeter. Not so this fabric. I had to do the other 2 in pieces, and that is because not only is it very heavy, but it has a pretty sleek texture. It keeps sliding, and it also sticks at the same time because it has a low pile on the fabric. And so, yeah, what I have done is put the pieces together piece by piece. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and start doing that now. Now the next step is to put this piece on. Now the easiest way I have found to put my insert into my envelope pillow cover is by just turning over this part, sticking the insert in, you can't tell what's inside there, can you? No, you can't. If you didn't see me make it, you wouldn't know. And then turn over this part. And now, see, the eyelash trim is sitting the right way. Now this is times 3. 1, 2, 3 times 3. We are done, and it's a good feeling because this is all a part of the sectional that I am recovering, right? And so to get this done is a big deal. 3 pillows are done. The next thing I'm going to be tackling are the back cushions, and there are 8 back cushions, right? And so I have a plan for them. Please stick with me and let's do this thing together, right? Before we separate, there is something I want to say to you about these pillows, because I made simple envelope pillows. The difference is usually envelope pillows will kind of cross at the midsection here, and it would be plain. Sometimes you'll have buttons across. However, because I want to be able to use the pillow on both sides when they're on the couch, I opted to cut the back higher, and so that the overlap is higher, and then I stitched this eyelash trim on, and so it is aesthetically pleasing on the back. And if I want to go plain or plain, I can just do that on the front. So essentially we can use the pillow both sides. So think about that when you are making your envelope pillow, right? Instead of just being able to use one side, put some trim on so you can use both sides. Thank you so much for being here, friends. Please like, share, comment, and watch these videos that are on the screen. You may just like them too. I'll see you again soon.